welcome to Disaster Planning for Nonprofits. Let's talk about why it is important to think beyond your organization in disaster planning. This video is intended to explain how a big picture approach can help you prepare for a regional disruption. Before we dive in, we want to recognize that in the face of a disaster, some organizations must step forward to serve their communities. We're thinking about food banks, health-related programs, and senior services, for example. Other organizations can step back, taking a supporting role within their communities. Whatever type of organization you are, it will be helpful to think through the big picture to help you prepare for short or long-term challenge. Your first step is to find or print out a regional map. Make sure it shows transportation routes between places large and small. Put a pin or a mark in your location. Next, imagine a natural disaster that might impact your whole community. We are thinking about a wildfire or a tsunami or the type of disaster that requires people to be on the move. Your first course of action is to think through transportation routes. Imagine various scenarios on how they would impact the roads. What highways might be affected? What detours will be forced? Both your staff and clients may be in a position of evacuating, and it is important to plan for that. Road closures may also impact the delivery of supplies. Imagine a food bank where the weekly truck can't get through. You may be in a region where you can think in terms of concentric circles, working outward from your organization. More likely, you are in a region where there are geographical features that guide traffic. Think about a coastal program facing a tsunami where evacuation routes flow west to east. Or maybe a rural county experiencing wildfires with one highway that crosses over the mountains. Draw arrows on your map to show the transportation routes in your area. Then draw arrows to show your options in the case of a disaster. Now let's think about service delivery in the face of a community disaster. You just drew arrows to show the movement of people. How can you plan for service delivery should a disaster knock out your location? Is there a similar organization outside of your direct community that can house your programs in the short term? Is there a different entity, maybe a company or a government agency that can give you space in which to run your programs? If you must serve people but can't in your space, what are your options? You probably already know that you can best achieve your mission through collaboration and partnership. That's good practice every day. It is really good practice when it comes to disaster planning. In the Disaster Planning for Nonprofits tools, we've provided a spreadsheet for you to document current or potential partners. You might be wondering what your role is with potential partners who aren't focused on disaster planning for whatever reason. Maybe they haven't seen the need yet, maybe they are a grassroots organization with very limited resources in terms of time and energy. You can help by sharing what you have done and giving them this resource for them to get a jump start. Disaster planning takes leadership, and you have already courageously stepped forward to make sure our communities come out of a disaster as safely as possible. We are stronger if we're all disaster ready. Your mission matters. By looking beyond your organization, you can expand your organization's response to disasters and build strong partnerships with others.